She fought the Tetracide, escaped hell, and now she faces the monster of the Labyrinth. Welcome to the Comicstorian Complete Story Series, where you get audio dramas of your favorite comic books, helping you decide what to go out and add to your collection. Today we continue Absolute Wonder Woman with issue 9 by Kelly Thompson. I hope you enjoy. Far above Gateway City, Diana grabs Dr. Poison by her suit and hangs her over the edge of the skyscraper. First things first, Doctor. Turn off your monstrous tetraspiders, Diana orders as the tiny mechanical spiders that broadcast the tetracide signal stalk behind her. Dr. Poison scrambles to grab hold of Diana's arm and steady herself.
Bring me in! The controls are inside!
She stammers. Diana glares at her for a moment. No games, Doctor. You have seen what I will do to save this city. Do not think yourself special, Diana warns, before tossing her inside. Dr. Poison moves quickly, crawling across the floor to her laptop and begins to tap commands. Dr. Poison glances over her shoulder at the Amazon.
There's toxic gas in this suit. If you toss me out the window, it's sure to leak out and kill people,
Dr. Poison warns her. Moments later, the spiders all stop in their tracks. The signal ends its broadcast. Diana steps forward as she crushes one of the spiders in her hands. She is confused. Did your government do this to you, Doctor? She asks. Dr. Poison shakes her head.
Not exactly.
But they gave you this sound, didn't they? This poor recording of the Tetracide song? Unconscionable behavior, Diana growls. Dr. Poison reaches down and begins to pack up her laptop, pointing out that Diana is angrier with her government than she was with the giant monster that tried to kill the world. That was an ancient monster from another world, doing only what it knew how to do. It was not a clever human harnessing dangerous weapons it doesn't understand, only to use them to purposely hurt fellow citizens, Diana points out. But Diana steps in Dr. Poison's way, stopping her from packing up and ordering her to call all the tetraspiders back to the skyscraper so that they can destroy them.
I didn't agree to.
Dr. Poison starts to argue, but Diana motions back to the window. Have you forgotten about the window, Doctor? She asks. Poison sighs, turns and sets the laptop back up and begins to execute the commands. Behind her, Diana kneels and begins to trace sigils into the floor with a glowing potion. Tell me how you know of an Amazon. Tell me about my sister, Diana finally says. Dr. Poison continues to work on the laptop, but explains that in the lowest levels of Area 41, there's an ancient maze.
There are all kinds of things trapped inside,
Dr. Poison says, explaining that some of them were there when the maze was discovered, while others were put there by the government. Some are human, while others are creatures they don't understand. And was my sister someone you put in the maze? Or someone that was already there? Diana asks sharply. Dr. Poison turns back to her, explaining that the Amazon was already there. Now, the spiders have gathered around Diana, and she activates her spell. A portal begins to open on the floor, and the spiders disappear through it.
What have you done? Where are they going?
Dr. Poison asks as she backs away in fear. Diana stands and begins to hover towards the window. To hell. Don't do this again, Doctor. I'll be watching, Diana warns before flying away. Later, she returns to the Hyron and tells her friends everything that she learned from Dr. Poison. It's clearly a trap, Steve warns her. Diana nods as she gathers ingredients for her potions, pointing out that regardless of whether it's a trap or not, she must find this lost Amazon. There is nothing I wouldn't try, nowhere I wouldn't go for the faintest hope of finding a sister, Diana explains. Steve follows her back inside, still worried about the potential dangers of her trip, pointing out that this maze is being used as a prison and that she doesn't even know how to get inside. But Diana has begun to mix her potion, She lifts a vase and pours the red liquid onto the floor. Dipping her hand in it, she begins to trace the outline of a door into the wall, while whispering words of power. "Stephen, you know me well enough to know I make my own doors," Diana tells him as the portal opens. Diana's friends step back in amazement as magic pulses through the room. Diana steps through the portal and it closes behind her. She looks around at the dark and ancient stone maze. An odor of decay reaches her and Diana wrinkles her nose. She holds out her hand and casts another sigil against the wall, creating a golden sign to mark where she entered the maze. Reaching down to her bag, she pulls out a magic torch that finally casts light on the dark tunnels. And so, Diana begins to make her way through the labyrinth. She wanders for a time. The corridors all begin to look the same. But suddenly, the sounds of battle begin to echo off the stones around her. Diana moves quickly down the hallway until she rounds the corner to find a scene of carnage. Strange fish creatures surround a minotaur, launching attacks against the angry warrior. Diana dons her helmet of war and draws forth the nemesis lasso. She launches herself into the fight, pulling a fishman to safety before whirling and wrapping the lasso around the minotaur's arm. Diana needs to find clarity in this chaotic situation. She wraps the minotaur tighter and pulls him down to her level as she searches his soul for the truth of his intention. This will either bring him to his knees or prove his innocence, she thinks to herself. It takes but a moment, but she finds it. Quickly, she steps back and releases the mantle. "Apologies, friend. I don't know what this is, but you have my axe," she tells him. Diana whirls back to the fishmen, lashing out with her lasso to keep them back. "Or perhaps the lasso will do," she says as she steps back to back with the minotaur. "What do we fight for, friend? Our lives or something more?" Diana questions as the fishmen draw closer. The minotaur glances at her. "They want Petra," he grunts at her. Diana glances to the wall, where she sees a young woman, a siren, nearly dead, but a siren nonetheless. The minotaur lets out a bellow and rushes into the fishmen, driving them back. Diana joins him, slashing with her lasso and throwing punches. The two warriors push the fishmen back until they start to hesitate to continue their attack. "You have had but a taste of the nemesis lasso, fiends. It cries for your sin. Let it taste more. Come closer, I beg you." Diana calls to them, but the fishmen retreat down the labyrinth. With the battle over, Diana removes her helmet. She turns back to her new friend as he reaches down and retrieves the young siren. "We must go. I hear more menfish close by. They'll join together and redouble their attack," the minotaur grunts. Diana nods and joins them, and the trio move through the darkness of the maze. "Thank you for your timely assistance, stranger. I am Ferdinand," the minotaur tells her, explaining that he's always lived inside the maze and that he has a place that they can hide. They continue down the hall and Diana glances at her new friend. "I know this is hardly the time for it, but have you seen an Amazon inside the maze?" Diana asks him. Ferdinand ponders on it for a moment. Some say Clea is an Amazon, though I have seen no evidence of it other than her strength. She is the monster who has taken control of the maze. The woman who hunts Petra," Ferdinand tells her. The pair round the corner and stop short. The fishmen are kneeling, and a woman walks across their knees. "It's not Clea, it's Queen Clea," she tells them, glaring at them both. "But then, you have always had a disrespectful tongue, Ferdinand. After I've grown weary of your screams, we'll cut it out so I never have to think of you again," Clea tells them. Diana stares at the woman and knows one thing for certain. That is no Amazon. And that is where issue 9 leaves us. Diana has made a new friend in the Labyrinth and found this mysterious Queen Clea. What will happen next? You'll just have to wait until next time. So be sure to turn on those notifications after subscribing to the channel so that you can be alerted when new videos come out. And if you enjoyed this video and enjoying this Wonder Woman series, like the video and leave a comment below. I'm Dan with Comicstorian, and we will see you next time. Rest in peace, Benny.